What's up, Darker Phoenix? Coming at you from Crane County here. I'm giving you a video response to why backwards compatibility is awesome. You do not know who I am, but I am going to do this entire video while keeping my identity a secret. I'm just kidding, man. It's common sense here. I'm doing a response, like I said, to backwards compatibility. Now, I watched your video twice, I may add, and I took some notes, some things that I agreed and disagreed with. So we'll start off with the agree. I agree on your point that you should wait to get a console until a while after it's launched. There's no reason to buy it right when it comes out. They haven't fixed the bugs. There's problems. It's more expensive. And if there's one thing that I've learned in the gaming world, it's that everything that you have to have right now or that you want right now impulsively will come down in price. And I think that's what they count on. They count on people buying it as soon as it comes out because they need to have it, and they advertise the absolute shit out of it. And they're like, oh my god, this is going to be awesome. So they just go buy it. But, you know, if I could get a system for $250 or $200 as opposed to $600 or $400, I'm gonna wait. You know, I'm gonna enjoy my older systems. They still work just fine. So I agree with you on that, man. That definitely wait when the PS4 comes out to buy it. I also think that there's a possible point in selling old systems. Sony or Microsoft, they want to stop people from selling systems and making money. So that's why they don't do backwards compatibility. They want you to buy the new system while keeping your old stuff. So if you want to play an older game, you still have to hold on to your system, and you can't make a profit off it. So there's a possible point there. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but you know, I got to give credit where credit is due. The third point that I have, actually, I don't think you made this one, is that, well, hold on, I'm sorry. That's what I agree with you about. I agree that to wait for a console when it first comes out, wait to buy it. And I also agree that, you know, they don't want you to sell old systems. Now, here's my part of the video where I give you, I mean, the name of my channel is Common Sense. So here's where some common sense comes in. Not every situation is like yours in the video where the owner does not have the old system or the system right before the new one. I know I have a PlayStation 2 in a box in my storage space here. I have a PlayStation 3. I actually have acquired a GameCube only for Animal Crossing. I mean, haters gonna hate, but I love that game. So, I mean, I keep these older systems around. Why would you get rid of your system? I mean, let's say the PS4 is about to come out right now, and I have a perfectly good, like 200 gigabyte or something like that model PlayStation 3. Why would I just up and sell that shit, you know? Then I have all these PlayStation 3 games where, you know, yes, I could play them if the PlayStation 4 was backwards compatible, but with the last one, like you said in your video, PlayStation 3, it was a lot more expensive to get that model. They almost take advantage of gamers' desire to play their older games. They make you pay for it. So a smart gamer will keep their system, will hold on to it. They can sell it later, or they can do this, which brings me to my next point. There is something to appreciate, and there's an experience about older game systems. As we move through time, things just aren't what they used to be. We hear our parents speak of cars. You know, you had to actually go out to the front of the car and crank it up so it would start, and that type of stuff. And that's, you know, that's not how things are now. A lot of people will pay great big bucks for that. You know, if there was a car like that in great condition, they'd want to have it as a collector's item. So, I saw in your video that N64, you blew into the cartridge, you slammed it in the console, a wired controller. Those are going to be gone soon. So there's something about being tethered. It's like you're in the moment, you're right in front of your TV and you're attached to the system. You can't just get up and walk across the room or something. You actually you're committed. And I don't know, cartridges. I think that they're a lot more reliable than discs. There's a lot more, there's pros and cons. That's a whole new video. You can make that one if you want, but there's something about cartridge games. You actually have to push them in. Like there's a sound. It's not just you stick it into a slot. You blow in them. You can actually see the chips and the parts to it. So there's an appreciation factor with older systems. That's what I'm getting at here. That actually covers all my notes. I guess my closing point would have to be, why backwards compatibility? Because we should have our older systems. I see what you're saying about a PlayStation 2 right next to a PlayStation 3, or a PlayStation 3 right next to a PlayStation 4, and they both are Blu-ray players. So that would be kind of silly. One would collect dust and one would get used a lot more. Yes, but think of it this way. It's all about perspective. Think of it this way. If your system is still on your shelf, if you still have it, why not use it? If I have Spider-Man 2. You'll hear that come up in a lot of videos. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Spider-Man 2, PlayStation 2. When I want to play that game, I go haul out my PlayStation 2, I plug it in. I'm excited. It's been a while since I used it. And it brings back all the memories of when I was a child, and that was all the best that they had at the time, The experience as a middle schooler, getting that game for the first time and spending $40 or some dumb crap on it, where now you can see it in a bargain bin for like $3. And I got the poster and the guide and all this cool stuff. And all that comes rushing back when I used the PS2. Now if I used a new system, that would all sort of be gone. I would just pop it in, use the new controller, stay on the same channel, and play it. So that's my final point, man, is that if I had to argue of why backwards compatibility is not necessary, I would say because of what is inside every gamer. What they want out of a game. It's not quick and easy. It's not a really cheap thrill. Most gamers will want an experience. And if you have backwards compatibility, I feel it'll take away from some of that experience. Alright, man. Well, this is Common Sense. Thanks for the videos. Keep them coming.